I think I got it figured out. I tell you, I need to get a real camera. This phone thing is frustrating. Anyway, I was gonna schedule something for noon today, and that was more trouble, I'll tell you. I mean, I tried, I really did. And I ran into a little hiccup with it was a screen hiccup. Hey, I got heartburn over that. Just kidding. Anyway, I wanted to do a live video finishing up on this poinsettia. Yeah, I hope to finish it. If I can find, there it is. At my trusty little X-Acto knife. My favorite glass cutter. I don't think I'm gonna need running pliers today. Gonna fill up a little bit of oil. All right. This will be recorded, so if you missed it or, I apologize. The other one I was trying to, like I said, schedule it, and it's just a kind of hassle. If I had a production team, well, maybe, but I don't. Let's see, get this one done. Yeah, you need like 2 or 3 people to get things going. I'm just gonna go grab my glasses. I'll be right back. All right, I'm coming back. I just took a peek at the computer monitor to see if it looked all right. It looks pretty good. And I got chat on here too, so I don't know how that works. If I was gonna put my TV in here and watch it on the TV on a live YouTube stream, and then I could see the chats. I may do that. So just hold on 1 second. Well, maybe for next one. All right, got my glasses on. Just gonna go ahead and clean up these buds a little bit. 14 is done. Just has to get out of here. 11 is done. 9 is done. 13 is done. And I need 12. That's really tiny. That may just be, I'll look on the floor, see if I got a piece that'll fit that. 10. I did a video showing, how to do tiny pieces. It's in my list somewhere. Let me finish up 10. It's right down there. And 12. And that's the smallest one yet. So let's try that. Doesn't really matter which glass we use. I use this one here. Put you aside, Red. Alright. So I think I cut better without glasses. I don't know. I think I'm going to need the glasses. I'm just going to go right to the belly of the beast. Get the super tiny one out. Hey, I was mentioning when you do real tiny stuff, if the other pieces are foiled around it, you really don't need to foil it. You just stick it where it needs to go. When you solder everything around, it'll have enough solder that will cover the edges of that piece. You don't do it a lot, but if you have to do it here and there, I may just leave this one as solder because it is that tiny. But again, with little pieces, these glasses are going to drive me nuts. I feel like I'm drunk. Yeah, they're just cheaters. They're not a prescription. Yeah, when you do tiny pieces, you can't just cut them because you can't hold on to them. So what you need to do, you have to give yourself glass to hold on to. So when you go around the pattern, you can hold it. And here, you take a quick look. You say, all right, it looks like a slice of pizza almost. So then go ahead and cut the first section off. That. You know what I meant by being able to hold it is exactly this. I can go around the pattern and remove the glass to shape it to the template. Let's see, I had a little bit right here. And this one's almost just too small. That's crazy. But I'm gonna do it. I've actually done pieces this small before. So I got the whole perimeter cut. Oop, and me too. And yeah, that's because of these glasses. Everything's like, let's break that off. Oh, the back broke off. It's all right. I'm gonna put you down. Okay. What's in there? Let's see what I did. At this point, probably better off taking something that looks like it and chipping away at it. Let's see if I got it. There we go. I got it. This is silly. All right, there's my piece. What I'm gonna do is take the grouser, break grouser, yeah. I've been calling tools by the wrong name lately. There's the heat. We getting old? I don't know. But that's pretty much the piece. I'm not even gonna fudge with it. I'm just gonna carefully lay foil on it or just use it as a filler piece. But literally, you're not gonna see it. Maybe, we'll see. I did get myself, I think. I don't even know if it's, yeah. It's on its side at this point. I'm just going to stick it in there. It's upside down. I really don't think it matters anymore. There we go. That. And number 10 will be a little more forgiving. And I can't use these pieces. Maybe. Let's see. You know, you can't remove. I got a piece of glass in my finger. Ouch. You can't remove a small section, so you have to recut it. We're looking forward to the bigger pieces. This is a little nuts. And where's my dustpan? I had one. Let's get these shards out of here. All right. Back to number 10. Same deal. This one I might be able to cut without. I'm gonna do it. I don't want to torture myself. All right. What you do is you look at. Oh, excuse me. You look at the pattern. So you know it kind of looks pill-shaped, little angle and an angle. So you kind of set yourself up what you got to do. So here. Yeah. Yeah. I hear myself talking in the other room. All right. Here, it'll snap like that. Snap like that. What I'm going to do is grab the pattern with the glass. Yeah, a firm grip, nothing really tight. Snap it off. Snap it off. Doing this lefty. Snap it off. All right. It's pretty close. Take out this point here. And I mentioned earlier, when you're doing this tiny stuff, basically you just rake in the glass in small sections. You really want to make sure you have eye protection. Because even though it's chipping and chips are going that way, it can always go in the wrong direction. You don't want that. Especially little shards of pieces. So 10, straight up and down. Keep it straight up and down. And 10. All right, got it. Get rid of this one. I think I don't need my glasses anymore. Get rid of that. Sometimes you say to yourself, you know, is it worth it? You know, doing all that? Well, when it's done, it's worth it. Trust me. All right. Got 21. I really need to put my glasses on. There we go. 34. Let's see, 15. 15 is going to be part of the secondary red. I don't know if I have many. It'll go with the red water glass. I thought I did. Hold on. Some over there. Oh, that might be enough. 15, 5, and 2. I'll have some more outside. See. All right, let's go. Let's say 15. Grab some of this. I cut all my glass up, all my good glass up doing glass cutting demonstrations. This should be fine. Let's see, get a 15 on here. You hear me talking about the swipe technique. Unless you're doing larger pieces, swiping is really redundant. But for smaller pieces like this, it really comes in handy. See, I got a little bump right there. No big deal. Take that off. Take that off. Okay. I got my shape glass. Alright, so I want to remove this. Let me put that down. I'll turn it around. And like that. Okay, number 15. Squeak it right in there. And put you done. And sticker on there, should take it off. All right, 34 is right in here. I think we're gonna go with the background there. Yeah, 34, 35. And a nice background would be, let's see, just a rough roll. It's very Christmassy. So we'll get that. Instead of using glue chip, seems like everybody uses glue chip nowadays for that. I like to think outside the box sometimes. So let's just get 35 I know I should be sticking with one color as I go, but you know, sometimes it's nicer to bounce around a little bit. At 35, 22 is a flower. And oh, that's a leaf. A 22 is a leaf. And 35 is background. Yeah. I'll get it. Yeah, 34. That's good. All right, so you're cutting pieces like this. Get them lined up. Space them out. I use this much glass. I'll use more later, but for now, we'll just get you out of the way. Yeah, you want to save glass, see? Just kind of take off what you need. All right, put that aside. All right. Starting with 36. Now, I know this is a harder cut, but I want to make sure I get, not make sure, I want to get this piece off the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. Snap that off. In other words, snap it from here. Because this is, though it's an inside curve, it's really not a hard cut. But you see I have a cut there and a cut. There's two cuts here. Right in here. You get it? That. Like that. Now, I don't want to break that yet because I want to cut this off. See what I did is I did the curve and I came back for that bottom area. Reason being, so when I could snap that off like that, I could come in right here and remove that like that. So I have that and that. And that's why I didn't break this, because I got a nice break on this piece here. All right. So you can use your breaker, grouses. Here, I would choose to just come right in there and pop that down. So there we go. See a little high spot here. All right, just less shavings. And that's it. Number 36. Take a little bit more off. Go ahead and put that pattern down. Put that piece down. Oh, I didn't lose it. It's right there. That's part of 25. 24 is a leaf as well. Another tiny one. All right, so let's get 35, 34. Folks see me do that every now and then. I do that to get the little glass dust shards out of the bearing on the wheel. Right here. You can feel it by going, you're not pushing, you can feel if you have it in the wheel just by moving. If there's any resistance, you can feel it. Leave that for later. And then going back and forth, I'm feeling the edge of the pattern with the wheel, just to confirm that I'm on it. And sometimes you just gotta just to make sure you're on the edge. Right. That's that. And this whole time, yeah, it's not a matter of bragging about not having to use a grinder. It's more or less explaining the importance of being accurate. You know, and I point out when I cut to the template, there's no give or leeway, put it that way. It's right to the actual template. All right, so you put that down, 55's done, and then we have 34. I just got out the shop vac. Small one. This is just binding up more than I care. There you go. Four. And again, even a larger pattern like this, you want to leave everything in whole so you can get, cut it being able to hold on to it. So it gives you something to grab onto. See, I got a little shard right there. So again, you could take that and grind it. Well, take it down with the carborundum. So that's a rule to be nice to the foilers. You know, they get a piece, they bring it back to you, say, "What's that?" Get that off there. All right, 34. It's whenever you're working with glass, you have to be really careful and respect what it can do. I mean, glass is just very unpredictable at times, and not for the most part. You know, it goes and does what you want it to do. But if it does your curveball, you really have to, you're not expecting it. You get cut in the worst ways when you don't expect it. And it's not fun. Even the little shards, get stuck in your fingers and you slip and you cut your thumb, your finger. It's not fun. I should be cutting out the rest so I can lay out this more strategically. But I have some of these other petals. They're going to be about the same size. So what I'm going to do is prepare for the others. And they don't have to line up perfectly with the water glass. They can be a little off. Because sometimes that being a little off can actually add appeal to your piece. So what I'm going to do is, using this as a guide, we're going to go ahead and this wheel is binding up. I'll figure it out later. There we go. So I know I can get more out of this. Plus I have more here. So, 21. Save a little glass by doing that. Whenever you cut patterns like this, don't go to the end. Don't do that, because it's going to make it impossible to shape that edge. So give yourself a little bit. I mean, you're not talking, you're not wasting glass, all right? And being you got a big piece here, that's fine, but you really want to work with the point here, which is going to be the most difficult area. What I do is start scoring this. Now remember, I'm shaking to get the glass cutter to work through this glass. So it's not more nerves. Alright, cut that. And just to play it safe, I'm going to do a relief cut. And what that does, well, two things. It puts less pressure on this break, number one. And number two, it gives you the area to now, instead of running pliers, which may snap that, to get in there with these small grousers. Get right in that area right there, or if you have small breaker grousers like these, you get right in there and grab that. I lean toward this because it's what I'm comfortable with. So you want to get right, you have to worry about right on the end. See, this glass is actually too thick for this middle. Water glass can get thick. You grab it right there, snap it down, snap it down, snap it down. And you inspect your cut. Everything looks good. Still want to smooth things out. I'm going to get the shot back out. Get it all nice back where it needs to be. And then continue. I got all that cut. Now I can do this. I don't have to worry about getting this because it's on a 90 here. I mean, I can. Let me do that. Nothing moved, so just keep going. I think this cutter really just needs to be broken in a little bit better. Now see here, I didn't try to cut that whole thing. I went off. So that's going to give me a better way to take a run for this. Come in and break that as well. If I break this section off first, it'll give me that small area to get in with my grousers again. So let's break that off first. See, break that off. And then get right in here. And snap it right there. Oh, I lost it. It happens to me. See, that actually went too far. So let's do that again. Yeah, it was an unintentional break and unexpected, really. So, I just cut off. Something happened. What'd the cat do? Let's try this again. There you go. A little bit of different strategy. There's something beats me up like that, I go right for it. So what did I do wrong? There we go. Get it out early. Shot back. There's something going on with this cutter. Hope it's not a defective bearing. I've had them. You take the bearing out, you just reset it. It'll clear it up. So it almost feels like it's dragging. Fine. Just have to take this off. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Maybe it's a good time to show how to change a bearing. Now this one, it's a little risky if you try to snap that. You want to come in here, give a little relief cut. Just to pull it off. It's going to pretty much guarantee you're going to have success with that brake. All right, so I have little points I want to remove. Yeah, tickle in my throat. Yeah, see little shards right there. Hey, red water glass, you would think it's easy to cut. It's really not. It's a bit of a challenge to it. It's not the easiest glass. Alright, so I got 21. I'm going to go right down here. And that's it. Let's see. I do have another green here. It's right here. That's it? Yeah, that's it. Bury it. I don't know how everybody else feels about it, but this is like a nice, really nice olive green, right? And I don't even know who makes it. It's got a worm type pattern in it. I've seen this before, but I forget who makes it. I have no idea. But I like the color, and against the ruby, let's put this down. I think it has a nice contrast for this. So I'm going to use this for all the leaves, just because. I don't want to use like a bright forest green, though. I mean, it would look okay. It's just that, you know, sometimes the softer appeal is more appealing. Hope that made sense. And being I don't have much of leaves in here, you have 20, 17, 25, 22. There's not going to be that much of it. And if you look at the matrix of a poinsettia, the leaves are really part of the flower. So a reddish green would actually look nice here, or a green with red streaks in it. I don't have that. So we're going to go with green. It's going to be more surreal, but it'll look nice nonetheless. I'm looking at have other. I'm just going to cut a small strip. I'm not into wasting glass, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Just take off a little bit. I know it's here. Yeah, you can, again, spider web. You could put it off to a side, you know, try to conserve a little bit of it like that. So, you know, because like this piece here would come come under here. That could actually be that one's going to be a leaf. That's going to be a petal. So 20 will be a leaf. So sometimes a good wrap will clean up that bearing. I think that's what's going on. Here we go, get 22. Let's start up here. I'll do a little bit more explaining about the movements I do. You know, here you see I gotta come down, over and down. So you're kind of like riding a bike. I can feel the pattern. When I come in, I shake a little bit just to get into where I gotta go. Shake a little bit, come back, and then take off the end, leaving me what I want. So that little shaking is actually, excuse me, in conjunction with a twist. When I figure out what's wrong with this bearing, I'll be able to do better, but right now I'm at the mercy of this bearing. Now I would not try to do that whole cut. I mean, you could, but you're really not going to get it. It's not going to break for you. So if you try that cut, you're going to leave a really big burr here. And if you did it in 2 sections with that swipe technique, it leaves you with a small burr here, which is a lot more manageable. Whether you got to, chip it off with your breaker grouser or with the carborundum. See, it left me here, but here, to have a nice low chipped area, where if I tried to cut it like this and break it, there was a good chance that you're going to get a large burr here. I hope that made sense. Take that off. Just getting ahead of to what you expect from the glass. And I'm doing a lot of this grinding with this carborundum that I really don't need to, but I kind of be thorough about it. Okay, 22. 22's done. Put it right. 22 decide to stand up on the end there. There we go. Just like that. All right. Let's see. How long have we been live? There's 3 people here. I could see some things. My camera, I'm just going to bump around a little bit. See if I could see. Oh, there we go. All right. I wouldn't even know how the chat works. So if you're here and there's 5 people here. Throw something in the chat. Let me see if it pops up. I don't even know I've never done this before. My apologies. If you're here live, just say something. I want to see if it goes, like a chat. I'll keep an eye on it for a second. And it's 43 minutes now. Let's see. Oh, maybe over there? I wouldn't even know. Oh, something here. Something popped up. Something popped up. I missed it. And hit this thing. Oh, okay. Let me just... All messages are visible. Okay. Let's slide that back in. Close that. Sorry about that. Like I said, this is all new to me. It's like the live on the phone. Typically, I do a video. Excuse me. and then I record it and I save it, and I really don't edit it. I tried editing a few times, but by the time you got to rewatch it, you just shoot it and go. That's kind of how I look at it. It's like, make a mistake. Oh well, it's life, right? See, 24. That one, that's the dreaded 24. even I dread it. I was like, now I got more patterns here. Let's see. There you go. Dreaded 24. But when it's all foil, when it's all soldered, and hang it in the window, it's gonna look beautiful, right? Maybe copper patina. That would look nice. Yeah, I got 23, 25. This is actually, I'm gonna make that more leaves, and I'll go 20 little leaves. Maybe I'll hit 18 and 17, just to break up that red a little bit. So I kind of like that. At 24, trying to figure out if I want to make 24 a leaf or a petal. Red here, red here. And we look at the chat, maybe someone will say, yeah, make it red. Yeah, 25 and 20. What should I make 25 and 23? Should I make it the green leaf color? Or should I make it the red water glass? Let's see how the chat works. I'll sit here and wait. Please bear with me. This is like goofball territory for me. So I think I'm leaning toward red, just because I want to get more of the poinsettia. And if I make it green, it's going to make this poinsettia look kind of tall, right? I don't really want that. The poinsettias are never perfect blooms anyway. It may work, but actually I can make 23 a petal as well, and just make 25 and 24 the green. That'll work. Let's do that. And make 23, this one red. And sometimes when you're truly undecided, I should have planned. I didn't. The thing with poinsettias, like I said, could be green or red. Cut that up there like that. You see I have like this little shadowing of black here. I get rid of that while I can right now. It's going to be intentional shadow. 23. A little bit on the bottom. I got it on 2. Already cleaned it up on 2. Let's see, 23. I could also shape that. And then up here, I want to give just a little bit of edging right here. That's how you remove that shadowing. Alright? So 23 was red and 2 was red. Let's do that. 23. That'll work. I moved a little bit. The whole thing moved. Because I slipped the paper underneath. Let's just cut some more glass. This cutter, I'll tell you. Wish I had a pin here. Just go ahead and fix it. What you do in the bearing, you lay the cutter down like that. You could see that. And you put a pin, like aluminum push pin, right there, right on the bearing. And you tap it. Being careful, you got to hold the pin like this and give the pin a tap. It'll push that bearing right out the other side. Maybe not right in one shot, but you can. And then when you press it back, you make sure that you kind of squeeze the end of the bearing so it locks in there. That's how you fix that. Sometimes it's just a matter of taking the bearing out, moving it over, and I can feel it hanging up. There you go. Now it's free. Just give you a little glass dust in there. All right. Let's move on. 2 here. See, that was intentional. That wasn't. I moved my foot. See, what I did is I cut that, backed up, came down and did that. And reason being, so that breaks. You try to break the whole thing, you're going to end up chipping your glass here. Yeah, right there. So you got to work with the glass, to understand how glass breaks. I'm going blind here. Again, doing the same move. Came down, up, and down, but not pressing down, just going up and then coming back on a pattern. Now here I could finish this off. Gives me a better run for the cut, so I'll go ahead and finish it off. Take that off. This cut. This off. This off. When I was younger, I'll tell you, I move along. Bam, 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 bam. Not so much anymore. I think the biggest reason why is I can't see. I could see, but back I was 16 years old. That age, you could see the stitches of a hardball. Not some more. You're lucky to see the hardball. And that's the truth. So, a lot of the quick cutting, I'll tell you, I say that my late 20s or early 30s, the cutting was just, I just amazed myself on how quick and efficient I cut. Now I'm like, old grandpa. But I still know how to do it. I still remember the little tricks, about backing up and moving over, cutting through and out. The strategic, how you're going to go about cutting a piece. Like this one. It's straightforward. Right here, going to go ahead. Oh, bearing's moving a little bit better. See all that little twist, that helped me get to those fine contours. You look at the fine contours. That's you could do that pushing. But, if you have an issue with the glass pushing, you get stuck, so when you push too hard, you're going to cut right through your pattern. Here, it's almost impossible. Let's say impossible. I've done it. I've cut through a pattern. I got stuck in the glass, and it decided to go, and it messed me up. It wasn't the end of the world. Throw a piece of tape on it. And I'll just keep going. I'm dealing with going over the bumps. You'll see the bump here. But being a jaw cutting, just went right through it. without any loss of control. Got a little chip right here. You can do it with the grouser. Or you can get it with the carburetor. So you eye it up and say, all right, I got a little bit here, a little there. So you don't even need the pattern. You know you got to take it up there and there a little. You're good to go. Maybe take a little bit off here. Maybe, be nice to the copper foilers. We cut glass in a production studio. We cut, 3 pieces or, 6 for 2 lamps. Put them in a cup and you count them in a cup, and the cups go in a big box, and they say there's 300 numbered cups, each holding a separate pattern. Like this would be number 3, cup number 23. So when the foilers took the cup 23 out, dumped out the 6 pieces, they foiled it, they put it back in a 23, and typically the cups are in number because as the lamps were made, from top to bottom, number 1 down to starting low. So when they put the lamps together, they knew when to start with a lower number and then build their way up. So, but even if they didn't keep them in sequence, at least when you stack them, like one stack would be 1 through 10, the other stack would be 11 through 20. So when the person who put the lamps together knew that 23 wouldn't be mixed next to 65. Hope that made sense. But yeah, when you're cutting glass, so you're always in the back of your mind, say, well, I'm going to leave that shard for the copper foiler, because it's not right. It was such. Even the big studio, 30 employees, whatever, and 25 on a good day, full timers, and 30 on rush times, and when the part timers came in, and we had at least 10 copper foilers, and you didn't know who was going to get your work. But some people knew that they saw you walking back with a box of cups. So Gary cut that. I'm gonna foil that. He thinks about the foilers. He doesn't leave shards, and that's real. I don't think they did it for me, but yeah, they knew. So, that's that lamp. I want to do that one, because everybody, even though it was a very monotonous thing in a production studio, and we were family. It wasn't like all strangers there. You still took pride in the lamps when the lamps were done. If it was the first one we ever did or the 1,000th one of that style, we still took pride in the finished product. And a lot of times, quite a bit, we call them light shows. We take the lamp and put it on, light bulbs, and everybody, oohs and ahs were floating all around. And, because a lot of times you don't know what you got. You're cutting something, you put it on a light box or, light it up. You say, well, the glass choices I made were a good one, or, that's horrible. And, or, a lot of times we had customers picking out colors of their lamp, and they say, I want green, or I want purple there, and then right next to it I want orange. Like, you really shouldn't do that. I'm buying a lamp, and you know what? That's what you want. And sometimes we just put on the blinders and went for it. We just said, all right, it's your lamp. And the crazy thing we had in our shop was, even we guaranteed them, if they didn't like the lamp, when all was said and done, time to pick it up, they didn't have to take it, even though it was custom made. And then 5 years down the road, they wanted to get something new. We give them I think it was 75% back of what the current price was. And not what they paid for. The prices went up. For trading. They could screw up again. Make torturous colors. And we had customers like that. But you know what? Each lamp is different, unique, and fun to make. I was saying the light shows were something, and we called it. So somebody yelling out light show. Everybody come running because they want to see what it's going to look like. Especially on new designs, like out of the Tiffany replica lamps. A lot of them were first time, lamps. So you wanted to see what they look like. And everybody was excited. Everybody come running. Even the goofy part-time the kids, they everybody, because it was actually enjoyable, an enjoyable moment for the studio. It's like when a new car comes off the assembly line, I guess. Let's see, 20. I'm gonna go green here because I need a little bit more heaviness of green anyway in that area. I think it'd be appropriate. See what I'm doing is I got stuck a little bit, so I did that. It freed me up. I did it again. And then this bearing is giving me trouble, so I got a little bit more movement. But at the end of the day, I got the cut. I do this. My vision is getting worse. I could still see. I feel like another 100 watts of lighting. Let's see. I got a little bump right there. We got through it. Almost done. We got 60, over an hour. 62 minutes and 35 seconds. All right, enough of that. Oop. I just knocked the camera totally out of whack here. Excuse me. Getting warm in here. All right, green there. You have that big 9 there. What is that, 6? Put my glasses back on. 33 is clear. Kind of working my way around. I don't think I'm going to ever make another one of these, but you never know. I'm actually enjoying it. What do I do with the clear glass? Oh, I took a piece off of this. That's why. I'm looking for a little strip or something. 23. I hear the way these pieces are shaped, I can actually take a piece off at a time. Like that. Put it right there. So I'm going to go ahead and fix this bearing. I'm just going to take it slow for now. I mean, it's working, but it's a bit of a struggle. Take that off. A little shake to get through it. You continue. This should come off. There you go. I was actually 50-50 thinking, that might not break where I want it to break, but it broke. A little pressure right there. You know what? That goes away when you hold it up to light. The nature of this glass. So I should have done a relief cut there. It's fine. 33. Sneak you in there. All right. I'm over an hour on the video. I just wanted to get a live broadcast going. When it's live, you can't say, I took a retake of the video. If I cut myself really bad live, that would be kind of cool. Actually not. I'll tell you, I expect somebody one day doing one of these live shots. Like somebody's gonna have an incident. I don't know. It's probably gonna be me. Probably. Let's see. I'll do one more. Number 6, just to tie in this. Number 6. And see, I'm going to point out right here. This is all going to be taken out. A little bit of here too, for that intended shadowing. Okay. So let's go right to it. I could feel the humidity in this pattern. Typically, patterns that I use, like this is a what you call it, cardstock, but it's very absorbent. If that makes any sense. It picks up the moisture in the air, where if you use like a, which I should have used, is this tape. Oop. I really messed up. Sorry guys. I'm back. I can't see. Should use this. This is a 70-pound virgin crab. And there's no wax on it, but it really works well for making patterns. And typically, I would make patterns out of this. I'd transfer the design onto here with the graphite paper and then cut them out. And when you use this paper, it works really well for cutting. It's thin. It doesn't get any kind of shedding or shading on the edges. And I could feel, just by cutting, with the shears here, that this paper, cardstock, has a little bit of resistance in it from being dampened. Hope that made sense. Here, number 6, you could line up the grain to go up and down, like that, but you don't have to. You can go a little off to the side. You can go this way. So the grain will come down this way, which is kind of nice. I think I'm going to do that. A lot of people make the common error, thinking everything's got to line up in sync. Like all the leaves have to go in certain direction, all the background has to go in certain direction. So the problem is with that, especially with the glass, if it's supposed to all be in a certain direction, it's a little off, you're going to see it. So you might as well just let it go full random. This way you avoid all that. See my bearing? Yeah, it seems all right. Try to get through this. This will be the final piece. I struggle through red water glass. I don't want to break that yet because I want to get that off. Break that. Break that. Break that. You got just that. That's fine. You can work your way backwards. Typically, it's usually clockwise. Sometimes you can. what I'm doing is I'm doing that. It's getting me. You can actually steer the cutter, right? How you clenching it like that. Actually get a slight little twist in it. I want to retain that curve up here. And then I got this curve right here. I gotta be careful I don't burn through the pattern if I hit a hole or a divot. Okay, you want to pop like that. And take the grouses on the cutter for everything. And you look at it. You run a pattern. It's just that you got a couple of burrs. You got here, 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 and here. So you can hit it with a grinder. Or you just hit it with the car grinder. And this car grinder is getting dull. They do, when they're new, they're a lot more aggressive. But sometimes you want it a little dull, worn out. You don't want it to be chipping the glass on you. This one's actually good because if I need a little sharper area, I can go where it's more aggressive there. So this one's actually custom tailored to my needs. Alright, so that's all done. You check it. I got a little bit right there. I can see that. Yeah, cut it one up a little bit. No big deal. Take it off. There we go. All right. Number 6. 6 down. It's gonna make all those little pieces bounce around. But that's it. So it's starting to get a little bit of a sense of how this is gonna look when it's done. Go red here naturally, and red here, and possibly green here. And then, oh, this is be red, and red, or green. Say this could be red, these two, and then this green. Or we can make red and then put green in between. I think I like that. And then red again here. So, but nothing's carved in stone. It might change. So, I'm sure everybody watching, or, you know, if you're not watching, you can watch later. You've been in the same position. So, yeah, maybe I'll make that one this color or that color. It happens. So, when we had designated colors for lamps or windows, you just cut it. You know, whatever the order said. That's what you did. But sometimes when you're doing a single piece, the creativity part of it becomes really, makes it a lot of fun. And it makes it more rewarding. Let's put it that way. So it's going to be just my short, well, not a short one. This is my first live feed test of this new way of doing it. Typically, I would be live on a computer. I took the phone with me. I'm in the field. I'm in the wild. And it's all Bluetoothing and Wi-Fi-ing and digitizing and this and that. And it seems to work all right. I just can't see any comments. I'll check when I get on the computer. I was gonna put my other small TV. It's a 32. Put it on the side of the table here, just so I can watch it on the TV. I was thinking, yeah, I could watch it, and if anyone is in the chat, I could read it. I could say, oh, all right, and then respond on the phone, you know, or what have you. I hope no one asks me any really important questions. That, hey, your house is burning down. I don't know, but I'm going to close this off and head over to the computer and check it out. And we'll get you on the next one. Oh, by the way, if you're still here, yeah, that's 5. Make sure, if you're not a channel member, become a member. We're giving away stuff. I'm right there. YouTube is just about ready to start rewarding my efforts, and when they do, I'm, you know, I always thought, you pay back, when you give, you get in return. It's not about money. It's just like, it makes someone happy. You got something, share and share, accept and share. I mean, that's what life's about for me. I'm not in this YouTube thing just to make the bucks. I mean, there are people, and you see right through them. They're like, all right. And I don't want to sound negative and try to put people down, but they're out there. It just seems like all their efforts are just backed in making money. I'll never do that. You know what? I'll take the money. I'll buy more glass. I'll buy more stuff. I'll buy bigger I'll get bigger things to give away. And I mean that. But if you're not a member, join. Right below the video, you'll see a join button. And always, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Or better yet, comment below or comment in chat. I love the comments most of all. I like the likes too, and I like the thumbs up and the subscribers, and but the comments. That I love the comments, and I try my best to answer them as honestly and openly as I can. With that, I'm going to remove my phone carefully. There we go. And we're going to close down. Say good night, Poinsettia. We'll get back to you later. I got a lot of other work to do. I actually got to get my book going. I got a holidays book I want to get finished, and I must have 150 teardrops now. Well, close to it. I want to do a 150 book. And I have to reorganize all my files. Why am I taking a picture of a messy tape? All right, so everybody have a nice day, and we'll see you on the next live. We'll see you in the group. I got a box of glass. I'm going to get rid of that. All right, take care.